And welcome back to the journey to the FarLands. Check everything out here. Okay, we're good to go. Let's break out. Get out here, make sure everything's kosher with surroundings. And make sure I'm actually facing west this time and proceed. And not go traveling thousands of blocks in the wrong direction, or however far it was I ended up going. I think I went most of a day in the wrong direction. And so now we're going to go the right way. Oh, come on. There. Oh, that's right. I need wool. All right. Just have to grab every sheep that comes along and get the wool. And so we're progressing. Actually going the right way this time. The world size report. Windows reports the world at 332 megabytes, and Minecraft is reporting 330.89. The difference between the two seems to be quite consistent, and I'm kind of thinking that what Minecraft is reporting is the size of the folder that contains the chunks that make up the world. And that makes sense. I didn't think to check that before I started recording, so I'm going to make it a point to check that and see if that's what the case is, so that next time I can let you know. But I think that's probably what it's doing. It's reporting the size of the folder, the region folder, or whatever, that contains the chunks for the world. And Windows is reporting of course, the size of everything in the world save folder, including the level dat file and a few other things that's in there. So that's probably what the reason for the difference is. Anyway, as we proceed, I think I need to remind everyone that today is the 29th, and that this is the day of the very first Journey to the FarLands live stream. This will be taking place on twitch.tv/Tinfoil Chef, and it will begin at 6 p.m. Central Time. And we'll see how much progress we can get towards the FarLands during that, and how much progress we can get towards meeting the goal of $6,346, I think it is, and actually get some progress towards that. There's not been very much progress so far. The total currently stands, I believe, at 42, and like to see that go up significantly and actually start to look like we might achieve this goal sometime this century, because it's been going kind of slow. Not complaining though, because there has been some progress and I'm enjoying the trip regardless. And now actually going in the right direction helps. Also, after the live stream is over, I'm going to be recording, I think, at least 2 or 3 days ahead, 2 or 3 episodes ahead with this Journey to the FarLands, just specifically so that I can build up a backlog of content that's ready to upload. And also for that same reason, I am going to be doing, after this episode is done, I'm going to be doing sort of a marathon recording session for TFC Modcraft. and I'm going to record several hours worth that I will break into roughly 30-minute episodes or so, because, as I mentioned yesterday, Kerbal Space Program 0.18 is going to be released soon. I think everybody's pretty well sure of that. And when it is released, frankly, I'm going to be no different than any other fan of Kerbal Space Program, in that I'm going to want to get right into that immediately, and by having a bunch of content pre-made and pre-recorded and ready ahead of time, then I'll be able to devote all of my available computer time to getting into Kerbal Space Program 0.18 and start recording episodes with that. And of course, that will be the end of the current season of Kerbal Space Program things, because I define a season with that show as being from the release of one version to the release of another version. And that way I know what's going on. And rather than try to port the existing world save or persistence file or whatever you want to call it over to the new version, I'm just going to start out from scratch, with a brand new world, start all over again, because there are so many changes in 0.18. I actually kind of doubt whether any of my ship designs would still work, and especially the ones using mods, because the mods obviously have not had time to be updated yet. Oh, that hurt. And so on. So it's going to be better just to start out with a new world. And besides, I think with a new version, it's always a good idea to start out with vanilla at first, just to get used to the changes, learn all the new stuff, and well, honestly, see how much you can do with all that new stuff without the mods, and then you can decide much better, I think, which mods will actually be useful and best ones to get. And so that's how I'm going to do that. All right, we're making some decent time today. Actually going the right way kind of helps. See if I can get around this little piece of land. No, apparently not. I'm going to crash my boat into it. Or into that piece of ice over there. Yeah, I hit that ice. Well, I guess that was the Titanic. Or at least it was my Titanic moment. Alright. Looks like it's a moment for boat 2. Alright, we'll see how far we get with this one, as I try very hard not to hit anything. And we draw near the end of the first day. Looks like I might be able to go around some of this if I can avoid hitting those sandbars. No, it looks like this is pretty much the end of the boat ride. And I bet I can't navigate through that. Nope, it just froze up. Oh well, not a problem. Like I said, we're getting towards the end of the first day anyhow. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen more than just the one sheep. But we'll find them. They can't hide forever. Okay, it looks like I should be able to just nicely get over onto that other shore over there and set up for the night. In fact, I'll do so right over here on the ice. All right. So ends the first day of this episode. Okay, here we go. Facing the right direction, and we're off. Okay. Some nice scenery here. Sort of a winter wonderland kind of thing. Lots of spruce trees. And lots of area to try not to fall off of. There we go. Still looking for sheep, and honestly, not seeing any. But that's all right. They'll be out there. Like I said, they can't hide forever. Chicken, you are useless to me. All right. Now, some of the things I've seen in Kerbal Space Program. In fact, I think I'm going to link a couple of videos in the description that show somebody playing Kerbal Space Program 0.18. One of the people that have sort of advanced press release copies to do reviews and kind of showcase the program in the new version. It looks really good. I love the maneuver system they've put onto it, and in this particular set of videos, this guy launches a ship to rendezvous with a space station core that he's already got up in orbit, and then he does a actual rendezvous and docking maneuver using the new features. And at the end of the video, the two ships are completely docked together, and basically what happens in 0.18 is when you dock the ships together, they literally become one ship. And that makes it easier, because then you can treat that docked pair of ships or multiple ships as a single entity and fly it to wherever or do whatever you want with it. In this case, he's docking a new part onto a space station that I believe is going to later on have a fuel depot built around it for ships to stop there and refuel. Another thing that is available in 0.18, the ability for docked ships to transfer fuel back and forth, both fuel and the RCS monopropellant. That way you can launch a ship up to the space station, get to it, refuel, and go from there to whatever interplanetary mission you have. And this is good. That way your interplanetary mission doesn't have to have this gigantic 800-ton launch vehicle. You can just, all you need is enough launch vehicle to get the ship up to the space station, and from there refuel it and go wherever. And I think that's good. That's a good idea. It makes it a lot easier. Your launch vehicles don't have to be so large. Of course, you still have to send ships up to the space station, tanker ships, to refuel its onboard tanks so that it can refuel whatever ships to come along. But still, it's a lot less to try to lift at one time. Well, it looks like the ice is going to continue for a while. That's good, because that way we don't have to muck around with another boat. Or swim, or anything like that when making decent time here. I got to admit, sprinting would be handy, although it would use the food a lot faster. Of course, in this version, there is no hunger. But still, sprinting would be nice. You could move faster. Let's get over here and get up to the top of that before we have to climb some kind of sheer cliff. Definitely very severely looking forward to KSP 018. I've seen enough video footage of it. I've seen some live stream footage from the KSP TV team showing off the new features, new parts, and the redesigned older parts, and so on. And it just looks really, really good. They've done a lot of really great work with this thing, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. And let's see. Well, coming up in TFC Modcraft, what I've gotten to so far in that series is of the last episode that was uploaded yesterday, last night. I have gotten the basic beginning industrial craft machines set up, and some industrial craft power generation. Working on getting more of that going on. I'll be adding more power generation to that, and so on, so that I can start getting some more stuff going on. I need to generate a lot of power because I'm going to be needing it for many things coming up. And also coming up very soon, one of the things I'm going to be doing probably very soon after I finish this recording is to start work on a item sorting system, an automatic sorting system, because very soon after that system is completed, I will be doing something that's going to pump a lot of stuff into that sorting system, and it's going to have to work automatically, and it's going to have to work flawlessly. Otherwise, it's going to make a royal mess. So that's going to be an interesting challenge. I've got a few ideas about how to get that accomplished, and I think it'll work out. And like I said, take a 2 or 3 or maybe 4 hour block of time today and just record a really long session and make that into episodes, and that way there's plenty of content available, so that once Kerbal Space Program 018 does get released, I'll be able to just focus on that and not have to be concerned, do I have to stop and do one of these other things? Because as much as I very much enjoy all these other things that I'm doing, Kerbal Space Program 18 is new, and of course new always wins out as being more interesting, more tempting, more likely to be something you're going to spend hours and hours working on. It pretty much always works out that way. All right, getting towards the end of the day here. Our second day of decent progress, going in the right direction. Start looking for a place to park, I think over on the other side of this hill. Now I want to arrange it so the doorway is facing west, and I won't make the silly mistake I made yesterday. Whoa, let's not go sideways and walk down into that hole. Okay, that looks like it could cause problems, so I'll just block it off so that anybody in there will stay there. And then down here, put together that hidey hole. All right. Yeah, this will work out good. Okay. Got the workbench, throw a bed down. That way, thank you very much. All right, make up a couple of more beds. And a couple of boats. Grab up the workbench, and it'll be time to call it an episode and say be sure to stop by tinfoilchef.com/donate to contribute to Child's Play Charity, a worthwhile organization that they work on getting books and games and toys into the hands of kids and hospitals all over the world, make their hospital stays a lot easier to deal with and get through, and so on. And don't forget the first ever Journey to the FarLands live stream tonight, November 29th at 6 p.m. Central Time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.